I have an announcement, so don't go anywhere. Hi everyone, my name is Jen and this is Bee's House of Plants, where we talk about all things houseplant and home design. Welcome back. You know right now, another day, another episode of my series, The Houseplant Alphabet, where I introduce you to some of my houseplants. We talk about my experience growing them, what conditions they are currently being grown in inside my home. Usual disclaimer, I'm not a plant expert. This is not a definitive care guide. This is just my experience. Today, I also have a very special announcement in lieu with the plant. I'm going to show you the plant first, and then we're going to talk about my announcement. Okay, so the plant for today is M is for Macodes Petola. This is my other jewel orchid. You saw my first jewel orchid, my Ludicea discolor, yesterday. This is the second one. This might be my favorite one. Don't tell the other one. I freaking love this jewel orchid so much. This is commonly known as the Lightning Bolt Jewel Orchid because of the gold veining that the leaf foliage has. Ooh, so freaking pretty. Okay, we're going to talk about my care tips for this plant in just 1 second, but first, I want to show you my announcement. First, I made a sticker! So I love this plant so freaking much, and the one thing that I've always said on my Instagram and on my YouTube videos is that I feel like the camera can never capture the beauty of this plant correctly. The veining is a gold shimmery color, and it just looks yellow on camera, but it is gold. It is so freaking stunning in real life, and I wanted a sticker that kind of emulates the beauty of this plant, so I decided to make a gold metallic sticker. This is what the sticker looks like if you shine it in the light. It is super gold and reflective metallic. I think it is so freaking cool. This sticker is available now for purchase on my shop, beeshouseofplants.com/shop. Ooh, look at that. It's so cool. So I feel like it's actually green, but I feel like it printed a little dark because it's on a metallic paper. So it's hard to tell that it's green unless you look at it in like very specific lighting. It just looks black, but I am still pretty happy with that. I still think all of the veining looks so freaking cool. This is based off of a photo that I took of my Macodes Petola. Look at that. Okay. Ooh, while I'm here, I'm also going to show you my freebie sticker. I am very excited about this. I wanted to do something a little fun, a little special for the holiday season. So any purchase from my shop this holiday season will also come with a freebie sticker. Look at it. So this is the freebie sticker. It is a play on my logo, but instead of the usual bird of paradise I have in my logo, I changed it to a bunch of holiday berries, and then it also, the house has some Christmas lights wrapped around it, and then it says holiday 2020. I'm kind of planning on, maybe if, you know, I keep having products in my store, to keep doing freebie stickers, like one per season, so it kind of becomes like something you can collect. So this is the holiday 2021, and then the spring I would have like another design that's also like a play on my logo. I don't know, I'm really excited about that. I love like collecting stickers, but I also have commitment issues, and like I can't stick the stickers onto anything. You guys should see, so you can't tell, but behind you I have this like grid board thing that you can like put up photos or paper or whatever, and I taped my sticker onto the grid board because I didn't want to actually peel the backing of the sticker off. Anyways, so if you want one of these or you want one of those, make sure to head to my shop, beeshouseofplants.com/shop now. All right, cool. Let's now get into the plant. This is my Macodes Petola. I love it very, very much. So let's start with Substrate. I talked about Substrate yesterday. I find that for this plant, I really like the sphagnum moss mixture that I currently have it in. So you look at this mixture, it is about 90% sphagnum moss with like 10% perlite just mixed in there just to make it a teeny tiny bit airier. If you see how it's like a little bit green on top, that's just because the sphagnum moss stays quite wet, and then it's, you know, by a very bright grow light, so it grows a little bit of algae on top. It won't hurt the plant. It's totally normal when you have sphagnum moss that stays kind of constantly moist. So this plant normally lives right here under my grow light. This is my strip grow lights. I usually have it linked in the description box, and then it's also under a cloche like this. So this cloche is from IKEA. It doesn't come with a base, so it's just the cloche itself. It was only like $7 or $8, I think. I do really like keeping this plant under a cloche. I don't think it is 100% necessary to keep it under a cloche, but I feel like A, it kind of looks like it's on display, which, you know, it should be. Look how freaking pretty this plant is. And B, the added humidity, I feel like makes the plant grow a little bit quicker. So I definitely feel like this one is growing at a quicker pace than my Lutetia discolor, but my Lutetia discolor, I don't have in any special humidity or anything like that. So yeah, I think it's really cute. I water this plant whenever the sphagnum moss looks dry about 50% of the way. I just kind of like stick my finger in and lift some of the moss to check underneath. Once it's about like 50% dry, I will go ahead and water it. I'll just water it like normal, really. I don't take the plant out or anything. So normally with a plant like an aroid, right, I will water it very thoroughly, meaning that I wait for a ton of water to run out of the bottom. I do not do that with this plant. That's because sphagnum moss holds a lot of water. Sphagnum moss, I think, holds like 7 or 8 times the amount of water in it that it weighs or something like that. That didn't make sense, but it holds a lot of water. So if I do that, this plant is going to be dripping wet and way too wet. And I don't want to take it out to squeeze the excess water out of the sphagnum moss because that will disturb the root system. So for this plant, this is like the only plant I do this for. I just use a watering can and I just like very slightly water it just until everything looks kind of like evenly moist. And do remember that because I have mine in a cloche, I really don't water it very often at all. Maybe like once every 2 to 3 weeks because it is so humid inside the cloche. Okay, so for lighting, it is under my strip lights right now. I feel like it might actually be a little bit too bright for it under there. And you'll see like the leaves are a little bit curled on some of the leaves, and I think that's from the light being a little bright. So that's usually either a sign of A, the plant is thirsty, or B, the lights are too bright. And I definitely don't think the plant is thirsty. The sphagnum moss is still very wet. So I think it's more so a sign that the light is a little bit bright. I just feel like there's really no other great place for me to put it. So it usually lives right here. I face it away from the grow light and I kind of push it so that like it's not directly underneath the grow light. And so far it seems to be okay. If I start to notice that the leaves will start bleaching, then I will move it. But so far I think it's fine. I don't think it's like terribly bleached or anything yet. So it's there for now. Okay, so we've talked about humidity, we've talked about watering, we talked about lighting. Let's talk about fertilizer. I hardly ever fertilize this plant, like hardly ever at all. When I do fertilize it, I will use this Miracle-Gro Orchid plant food mist. I talked about this in my Hoya video. It's very easy to use. You just unlock it and you just a little bit over, and I don't rinse it off or anything like that. I also talked about how like I don't really support Miracle-Gro anymore. I don't think it's a great company. I don't even think their products are good. So, you know, you can definitely just make your own spray. This is just a... someone's lighting fireworks. Like a lot. Is there like a holiday today? I don't think there's a holiday today. Anyways, this is just a balanced mist. Sir, I'm trying to record a video here. Anyways, so this is just a balanced fertilizer, which means that the NPK value is the same. So you could definitely just make your own spray bottle by like extra diluting a regular fertilizer. So yeah, but I really like hardly ever fertilize this plant. I fertilize it maybe like twice a year in the growing season, and that's about it. So I haven't propagated this plant just yet, but I'm going to assume that the way you propagate this plant is exactly the same as how you propagate this jewel orchid. And I do have a video on how I propagated this jewel orchid on my channel. I just took a cutting. There's usually aerial roots because mine is in a quite a humid place, so it usually grows aerial roots. So I would just cut in the internode under a aerial root. I would probably just stick it in some water, and I'm sure it will root up just fine. Let me show you my other ones. So when I bought this Lighting Bolt Jewel Orchid, it also had this teeny tiny section that didn't have any roots in it. So I just planted it in moss. It used to be in the same container. I used to have that one in this container as well, but it outgrew it. This I just got at my local nursery. So when I repotted that one, I decided that I was just going to leave this teeny tiny baby section in this cloche by itself. Look how cute it is. So it's in moss, so it also rooted up just fine, so you could definitely use moss as well to root your jewel orchid. It's so cute. I can't wait for this plant to become as big as the other one. I'm gonna feel so accomplished when that happens. So cute. It's kind of funny because when this is just on my plant shelf, it's a little hard to tell if there's even like a plant in it because the moss is like slightly green too, so that's really funny. So that just lives here at the moment. Okay, so I think that is all I had to tell you about this plant. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments down below. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!